Well, the Lutherans in Lake Wobegon are in full Christmas mode, and all of them turned out on Wednesday for the high school drama club and their production of A Christmas Carol. And the boys who were putting the dry ice into the fog machine kind of overdid it so that you couldn't see anything. It was just all mist through the whole redemption scene, Scrooge's whole redemption scene, where he yells to the boy in the street to go get the big goose and take it to the Cratchits, and then he goes into his nephew Fred's for the big Christmas party. They missed all of that. They had to open up the back doors of the auditorium to clear it out, and so they just caught the ending of it. But A Christmas Carol is so familiar, we don't really need to know what it's all about. They could do it in pantomime, and we would still know it. It's one of the last semblances of 19th century melodrama that meant so much to our great-grandparents. And here we look at it again and are moved by it. Before drama got all moody, and all subtle. It's just a great old creaky antique of a play, and they did it up in Lake Wobegon beautifully. And the Tollerud boy was a wonderful Scrooge. He was covetous, and he was grasping, just more or less like his own grandfather, but speaking a little bit more clearly and standing upright. So the big tree is up by the statue of the unknown Norwegian, and the giant creche is there alongside Our Lady of Perpetual Responsibility, which was donated by an anonymous person who they say their face is replicated in the face of one of the shepherds there in the creche. There are three moving parts on this creche. There's a cow that swishes its tail back and forth, and the Holy Child raises an index finger, and the Holy Mother turns her head to look towards the door to the stable. It is the living manger at the Lutheran Church, and that is from 6 to 8 p.m. Thank goodness mild weather, because adoration is pretty tough when it's 10, 20 degrees below zero. It's just not the first thing that comes to your mind. So they will all be there, including members of the Lutheran choir at Lake Wobegon Lutheran Church, who do not sing this song ever on Sunday mornings. For some reason, they've left this out.
Diddly-dum, diddly-dum, diddly-dum. Oy-yaddy-doody-doody-doody-dum. Oy-yaddy-doody-doody-doody-dum. Hey, yakka-dakka-doody-yaddy, hey, yakka-doody-dum, ho. Hey, yakka-dakka-doody-yaddy, oody-yaddy-doody-dum-bo. Dum-doody-yaddy, bork, bork. Dum-doody-yaddy, bork, bork.
It's a rarely heard Swedish dialect, and they could certainly sing it for their Christmas pageant. The Christmas pageant at Our Lady of Perpetual Responsibility went off without a hitch. The angels were all nicely garbed in clean and ironed white sheets, and the Holy Family was there, and the shepherds wearing bathrobes, and they had silver ornaments on their heads representing auras and halos. There were dogs taking the parts of sheep this year. They've worked with sheep in the past and had no urge to try that again. The Archangel Gabriel and Mary have all the good lines, as you know. Joseph is just a standby, and as is true of fathers in general at that time of life. The great part would be Herod if we included him, and you could really get your teeth into that part, I think, but they don't put him in. They don't include him in the pageant because he would steal the show. And what would we learn from that? I don't even want to think about that. So Gabriel has the good lines, and Mary as well, and the wise men are just sort of walk-ons. They've come from far away, they've arrived late, and they bring useless gifts. And when was it any different from that? The wise men, they could sing that chorus. I would think that would be becoming for them. I would think be really good for the wise men.
Ding 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 ding.
Such a cheerful song which really belongs at Christmas. Christmas, which can be such a disappointment, such a disappointment. It has been for me most of my life. Back when I was a child, I used to look at the ads in the back pages of Boys Life magazine, and I saw the things that I wanted to get for Christmas, especially the ant farm and you got that, didn't you? Some of you got an ant farm, and you benefited from that. You learned things there was no other way to learn. The X-ray glasses that could see through clothing were advertised in the back of Boys Life, and the itching powder, the secret agent radio that you had on your wrist, which predated the iPhone by decades. And I knew that I was not going to get any of that. I was going to get white underwear and white socks, and I was going to get a Christian novel for boys. In which they say things like, "Gosh, that scripture drill was so much fun on Sunday night." Not what and now I don't hope for anything either. I just don't. I know what I'm going to get, and what I'm going to get is inspirational literature. It's what people give me for some reason. I don't know. An owner's guide to your golden years, books like that. 10 Secrets of Successful Retirees. The Best Is Yet to Come. What a terrible book that was. It was really deeply depressing. Or I'll get a copy of Walden. I have 6 or 7 copies of Walden. I don't need any more. I liked Henry Thoreau when I was 19 years old, and I've gotten over it over these years. But this song is really inspiring to me. I'm really getting into this song. I really like this. This is great.
Hey, yakka-dakka-doody-oddy, hey, yakka-doody-dum.